Right, folks, just a quick one. Bit of a shit game that was, wasn't it? I've had to pop out, get something for dinner. I've got no diesel in the van, so I've had to put some diesel in. Right, on for the game. I thought for the first half hour, I thought we played quite well. We were shutting down, hustling, bustling, playing like Leicester do, shutting them down and then trying to counter-attack and all that. But after the first half hour, we just seemed to run out of legs. We absolutely just died on the pitch, didn't we? Arsenal sensed it. They capitalised. They knew we were running out of steam, and that's the way it is. I thought it was a great goal at the beginning, and you thought we could push on, but we just didn't do it. I will say one thing: Arsenal players do go down fairly well. It's quite embarrassing how much a grown man can just go down for a free kick, and that's it. I don't think it was a penalty or a free kick in the first half. I think he absolutely threw himself looking for it. I don't know what Ndidi was doing, waving his fucking arm around in the penalty box like that. That was just ridiculous. And the third goal was just a fucking joke, really. But moving on from that, I'm going to chat more about the fact that how the season is going again. I'm not going to start saying, oh, we're going to bottle the top four and Brendan can't do this and, oh, is this going to happen again? Because I think it's a little bit of a different situation. I think last year we just lost it. I think we collapsed under the pressure. I think this year, it's more down to the fact of we're a bit with injuries. Now, I don't want to go on about injuries because I moaned about Liverpool moaning about injuries, but we do seem to be getting quite a few now. And Barnsley's gone, Evans, Maddison's out, Perez. It's not looking good. But I'm going to put that down to the fact that we didn't strengthen in the transfer window. Excuse me. We didn't strengthen in the transfer window. We should have got some players on loan. We should have tried some new things out. We had Tillemans on loan, and look how good he's turned out to be for us. Jamie Vardy cannot play 3 games in a row, and he cannot. He's struggling to play throughout 90 minutes. He is normally hustling and bustling at the front, shutting players down, forcing errors. He just wasn't doing that. At the start of the season or at the end of last season, when we got 5th, I did say I didn't want to play into the Premier League. I did say I didn't want to play in the Champions. For fuck's sake. See why I call this, for fuck's sake? We didn't want to play in the UEFA Europa Cup because it's just a waste of miles, hours, time, game, and it's on a stupid Thursday night, and it's just not. It's just fucking pointless competition. When you're pushing for top 4, and we're playing the Premier League, and the way Leicester play, that we do chase around and stuff. It's just a waste of fucking time. It's a complete waste of time. Moving on to the strengthening of the squad. I know, right, when all's said and done, King Power it's a duty free. Now, as we all know, there's this thing called COVID, and it's shut down airports and travel. So, the owners are losing a massive chunk of income, which they've got to be careful about. When all's said and done, you can't just go throwing money around and stuff and expecting the best. They bought a couple of players in the summer. They did get a couple on loan. I think when we realised a few of the players were injured and we were struggling, we should have gone and looked into getting another couple of players on loan just to try and strengthen it, just to try and rest other players. We can't just keep expecting them to turn out week in, week out. Now, I know I'm normally one of those players that people who says they're on a fortune. When all's said and done, you all get tired at work, but these are getting, these lads are doing it, and we're not, you know, to play like they do. We need to get it sorted. Basically, we need to get it sorted, and I don't know. It's a tough decision because I'm what you know, who am I? I'm just a bloke who talks and drives a van. I'm not a professional of anything, but we need to look into strengthening the squad as such. Vardy was, we knew this would come in with Vardy. We knew it because when all said and done, he's getting on, right? There's no denying the fact he's getting on and his legs are going. And he's, you know, somebody tweeted something about him not linking up with play and all that. But it's a bit hard, really, because when all said and done, he's been a great servant. He could have fucked off to Arsenal after we won the league, but he didn't. He stayed with us, and it's hard. But we've had injuries all through the season. I don't want to talk about the injuries, but I'm going to have to, because, you know, when you lose to, you know, we've lost Soyuncu for a massive part of the season. We've lost Maddison a couple of times. We've lost Evans. We've lost Vardy and Didi, Ricardo, Castor at the back. You know, we've lost a lot of players, and we're still up there, and we're still battling away at third and second and third and fourth and whatever. And last year we lost it because I think last year we lost it because we bottled it. This year I think we might lose it this year. If we do, it's because of injuries, and we've not strengthened the squad. But you can totally understand why we haven't strengthened the squad, because of the situation of COVID and the owners. You know, we've got this fucking £80 million training centre that was already there. They're using it now, but it's there, and it's just, I don't know. I honestly don't know. And the amount of money they must be losing on match days is, you know, it all adds into the pot, don't it? But do we look at the training? Do we look at the medical staff? Why are we getting all these injuries? What is the fucking hell's going wrong? That is one of the questions that's got to be asked. We've got to sit down. They've got to sit down and find out what's going off, because to have this many injuries, it ain't good on the medical team. I don't give a fuck if you've got a £80 million training ground with all the facilities and everything or what. They're getting injured. And we shouldn't. Harvey Barnes is a young lad. He shouldn't be being pulled up like that. We shouldn't be having all these. You know, when you like Johnny Evans and you're getting on a bit, then I can understand it. But Harvey Barnes getting an injury like that, what? And Maddison keeps getting injured. You know, it ain't on. And I do worry that if we don't make it, we're going to struggle. But, you know, the only good thing is that the teams behind us are struggling themselves. So, there you have it. Right, I'm going to go and get some dinner. I wanted to do this for Fox's sake, because I just wanted to point out that we are struggling, and I don't know, just felt I needed to say it. But fair play to Arsenal. They seen that we were struggling and they did it. I don't think Arsenal are that good. I think it was more the fact that Leicester were knackered. Leicester were knackered than Arsenal getting the victory. I don't want to take anything away from Arsenal, because I do like Arsenal. You know, I loved Ian Wright and all that, so I've got a bit of a soft spot for Arsenal. But I think it was more the fact that Leicester were knackered than Arsenal winning the game, because to be fair, in that first half hour, Arsenal weren't really that good. So, you know, we've got a fucking game on Wednesday now. Is it Burnley? I mean, fuck me, Burnley come in and rough you up. And I just don't see us having it. We're going to have to start playing the kids because of the injuries that we've got there now. And this is what's problem is we haven't got the strength in the squad. Disappointed. He ain't doing it. He's probably thinking, well, you're not keeping me. What's the fucking point? Don't know. That recruiting staff, we've got to get out there again. Right, I'm going to leave that there, get something to eat. Laters.